You've been lied to. Not by your parents, not by your teachers, but by a culture that convinced you that being good, being honest, and being fair would be enough, that the universe rewards kindness, that people will recognize your value if you just keep showing up with your heart on your sleeve. And then life hit you in the mouth. Maybe it was the promotion that went to someone less qualified but more politically savvy. Maybe it was the relationship where you gave everything and she walked away the moment someone more mysterious appeared. Maybe it was the friend you trusted who smiled to your face and betrayed you the second it benefited him. You played by the rules, and you lost. So now you're here, and you're ready to hear what Niccolo Machiavelli understood 500 years ago, that the world doesn't run on fairness, it runs on power, on perception, on strategy. And the men who refuse to see this don't just lose, they get used, they get discarded, they get forgotten. This isn't about becoming a villain. It's about stopping yourself from being the victim. Let's talk about 8 ruthless lessons from Machiavelli that will make you dangerously smart. There's a reason Machiavelli's name became synonymous with manipulation. He wrote The Prince not as a fantasy, but as a mirror. He looked at the world as it actually was, not as people wished it to be, and what he saw terrified the comfortable, because he said out loud what everyone else was already doing in silence. He said that morality and power operate on different planes, that the man who insists on being good in every situation will be destroyed by those who are not, that survival, influence, and respect require a different kind of intelligence, a darker kind. And here's the thing. You already know he's right. You've seen it. You've felt it. You've watched the manipulators win while the honest ones wondered what went wrong. So let's stop pretending. Let's get surgical. Lesson 1. It is better to be feared than loved. You don't want to hear this, because you've been taught that love is the ultimate currency, that if people like you, you win. But Machiavelli saw through that illusion immediately. Love is conditional, it's emotional, it evaporates the moment it's inconvenient. But fear? Fear is respect that doesn't require affection. It's the understanding that there are consequences for crossing you, that you are not someone to be taken lightly. This doesn't mean ruling through terror. It means understanding that kindness without boundaries is weakness, that generosity without standards gets exploited, that the guy who's always available, always agreeable, always bending over backward is the guy people stop respecting. Think about the boss everyone loved, the one who never held anyone accountable, the one who let deadlines slide and excused poor performance because he wanted to be liked. What happened? Chaos, mediocrity. And eventually, he got replaced by someone willing to do what he wouldn't. Now think about the boss people feared, not hated. Feared. The one who had standards, who followed through, who didn't need to yell because everyone knew that disappointing him had real consequences. That team performed. That team respected him, even if they didn't invite him to happy hour. Machiavelli said if you have to choose, choose fear. Because fear doesn't abandon you when things get hard. Love does. You don't need everyone to like you. You need them to know that disrespecting you costs more than it's worth. Lesson 2, never outshine the master. This one will save your career, maybe even your life. You think competence is enough. You think if you're the smartest guy in the room, the hardest worker, the one with the best ideas, you'll be rewarded. And sometimes you are. But other times, you get sabotaged, because insecure people don't celebrate those who make them look bad. They eliminate them. Machiavelli knew this. He watched talented men get destroyed, not because they failed, but because they succeeded too visibly, because they made their superiors feel small. And when a man in power feels threatened, he doesn't promote you. He removes you. You've seen this. The co-worker who had all the answers and made sure everyone knew it. The guy who corrected the boss in meetings, who took credit a little too loudly, who forgot that his job wasn't just to be good, it was to make the person above him look good, and then one day he's gone, fired for some vague reason, pushed out, replaced by someone less talented but more politically aware. This isn't about playing dumb. It's about being smart enough to let others take credit when it serves you, to make your superior feel secure, to position your ideas as enhancements to their vision, not challenges to their authority. Shine. But do it in a way that doesn't cast shadows on the people who control your fate. Lesson 3, always conceal your intentions. You talk too much. You tell people your plans, your goals, your strategies. You think transparency builds trust, and maybe it does with the few people who genuinely want you to win. But with everyone else, It gives them a roadmap to block you. Machiavelli understood that information is ammunition. The more people know about what you want and how you plan to get it, the easier it is for them to interfere, to compete, to preempt, to manipulate. Think about the guy who announces he's going to ask for a raise. Now his boss has time to prepare a counteroffer or document reasons to deny him. Compare that to the guy who quietly builds leverage, waits for the right moment, and strikes when he has maximum power. Or the man who tells a woman exactly how much he likes her on the second date. He thinks he's being honest. She thinks he's desperate, because he showed all his cards before she earned the right to see them. Concealment isn't lying, it's discretion. It's moving in silence until the move is already made. It's letting people underestimate you while you position yourself 3 steps ahead. The less people know about what you're doing, the less they can do to stop you. Lesson 4. Use absence to increase value. You're too available. You answer every text immediately. You rearrange your schedule to accommodate others. You make yourself so accessible that people stop appreciating your presence because they've never experienced your absence. Machiavelli knew that scarcity creates value, that the moment something is always there, it stops being special. This applies to your time, your attention, your energy. When you're always around, people take you for granted. They assume you'll always say yes, that you'll always be the backup plan, that your time is worth less than theirs because you treat it that way. But the moment you pull back, the moment you become harder to reach, suddenly you're interesting again. Suddenly people wonder what you're doing, who you're with, why you're not responding. This isn't about playing games. It's about respecting your own value enough to make others work for access to you. It's about understanding that your availability is a resource, and resources that are infinite become worthless. The man who's always free is the man no one prioritizes. The man who's selective about his time is the man people make time for. Absence doesn't just make the heart grow fonder, it makes people remember what they had when you were there. Lesson 5. Keep others dependent on you, but never become dependent on them. This is the balance of power in every relationship, professional or personal. Machiavelli saw that the man who is needed has leverage. The man who needs has none. So the question becomes, how do you position yourself as valuable without becoming trapped by that value? You do it by being excellent at something others can't easily replace, by building skills, relationships, or knowledge that make you the go-to person. But here's the critical part. You never let that specialization make you so narrow that you can't walk away. The employee who's irreplaceable but has no other options is a slave. The employee who's irreplaceable and could leave tomorrow is a king. You want people to need you more than you need them. But you never want to build your life in a way where losing any one person, job, or opportunity destroys you. This applies to relationships too. Be valuable. Be consistent. Be someone she'd be foolish to lose. But never be so attached that you can't survive without her. Because the moment she senses that desperation, the power shifts. And once power shifts, respect follows. Keep people wanting your presence, but never let anyone control you by becoming your only option. Lesson 6. Crush your enemy completely. This sounds brutal, and it is. But Machiavelli learned this lesson from watching empires rise and fall. He saw that mercy toward a defeated enemy is often a gift that comes back to destroy you. Because a wounded enemy doesn't forgive. He waits, he rebuilds. And when he's strong enough, he strikes. So when conflict is unavoidable, when someone has made themselves your opponent, you don't wound them and walk away hoping they'll be reasonable. You end the threat decisively. This doesn't mean violence. It means making sure that the person who tried to sabotage your career can't do it again, that the business competitor who played dirty doesn't get a second chance to undercut you, that the relationship that ended in betrayal doesn't get access to hurt you twice. Half measures protect no one. They leave the door open. They let resentment fester. They create future problems that could have been solved once and for all. You don't have to be cruel, but you do have to be final. When it's over, it's over. No loose ends, no unfinished business, no false reconciliations that just delay the inevitable next conflict, destroy the threat, or accept that it will come for you again. Lesson 7. Win through actions, not argument. Stop explaining yourself. You think if you just lay out the logic, present the facts, make the case clearly enough, people will see you're right. But Machiavelli knew better. He knew that words are cheap, that everyone can talk, that arguments are forgotten the moment someone more persuasive comes along. But actions, results, undeniable proof, that's what changes minds. That's what earns respect. The man who talks about starting a business gets tuned out. The man who builds a business and shows the results gets investors. The man who argues he's a good partner gets doubted. The man who shows up consistently, handles his responsibilities, and improves her life without asking for credit gets trusted. You don't need to win the debate. You need to make the debate irrelevant by doing the thing so well that no one can argue with the outcome. Let other men talk. You execute. And when they ask how you did it, you smile and let your results do the explaining. Lesson 8. Assume everyone acts from self-interest. This is the final lesson, and it's the one that protects you from the most pain. You want to believe people are good, that they care about fairness, that they'll do the right thing even when it costs them. And some will, but most won't. Machiavelli said, assume that every person is driven by what benefits them. Not because people are evil, but because self-preservation is human nature. And when you understand that, you stop being surprised. You stop feeling betrayed. You stop taking things personally. That coworker who threw you under the bus, he wasn't targeting you. He was protecting himself. That friend who disappeared when you needed help, he wasn't cruel. He just prioritized his comfort over your crisis. That woman who left when things got hard, she wasn't heartless. She was choosing what she believed was better for her. None of it was about you. Once you accept this, you become dangerous. Not bitter. Dangerous. Because you see clearly, you predict behavior, you protect yourself, and you stop wasting energy on disappointment. You still care about people. You still build relationships, but you do it with your eyes open. You give, but you don't expect. You trust, but you verify. You hope for the best, but you prepare for the worst. This isn't cynicism, it's clarity, and clarity is power. So here's what you do with all of this. You take these 8 lessons and you integrate them slowly. You don't become a different person overnight. You don't start treating everyone like an enemy. You just stop being naive. You stop assuming the world operates on the principles you were taught in kindergarten. You start moving with intention, with strategy, with awareness. You become the kind of man who doesn't get blindsided because he already saw it coming, who doesn't get used because he knows his value, who doesn't get crushed because he understands power. Machiavelli wasn't teaching you to be evil, he was teaching you to survive, to win, to protect what you've built and take what you deserve. The world doesn't reward the nicest man, it rewards the smartest, the most strategic, the one who understands the game and plays it better than everyone else. So stop apologizing for wanting power. Stop feeling guilty for protecting yourself. Stop letting people convince you that strength is somehow wrong. You're not the villain for learning these lessons. You're just finally ready to stop being the victim. If this hit you, let me know in the comments. What's one moment where you realize being too nice cost you something real? And if you're ready to keep learning how the world actually works, subscribe, because we're just getting started. This is Dark Psyche, where silence becomes strength.